Welcome to the second Elevator Web Show here at Elevate Student Ministry. Hey, we just kicked off a new series tonight called God-Fearing. And so here we are tonight just having this discussion, this conversation of just talking, hey, what are some daily actions of a God-fearing individual? So what do you guys think is some actions?
I think we should want to please God in everything we do. Everything we do should reflect Him. For example, if you do well on a test, all the glory should go to Him. If someone does you wrong, like if you're on the road and someone cuts you off, you should respond with a Christ-like attitude.
So okay, good.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, so fear. Do you think like that fear is like, hey, I'm scared of God, like a ghost or something?
I don't think it's a bad thing. Like when we hear the word fear, we think of it negatively. I don't think we should think of it negatively when we're thinking of it in terms of God. So when we're thinking of it in terms of God, it's more about like respecting Him and doing things to glorify Him.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, I know when I hear fear, I think of, I have a fear of clowns, I have a fear of snakes, but really when it comes to God, I don't have a fear of Him Himself, it's of dishonoring Him.
Yeah, so tonight we're talking about phobias, right? So all these different phobias of belly buttons and, you just got crazy
clowns
in here. But so clowns out of the woods. Crazy. So here it is. What do you think it means to fear God? What do you think it means to fear God?
Ultimately, I think to fear God, you're doing everything you can to glorify Him and to honor Him, and we should just do everything we can to go after Him.
I think we should model Him everywhere we go.
So model Him. So what does that mean to model God?
Like Noah was saying before, if someone does something that we're not very happy about, not to just bash on them, but just to remember that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, that's great. So here's the kind of the final question for us as we kind of think through this God-fearing thing. In what ways can a teenager have a God-fearing attitude like Abraham? We talked about Abraham tonight, so how can a teenager have that God-fearing attitude?
So for Abraham, he did exactly what God called him to do. He was going to sacrifice his son. So I think that as teenagers, when God calls us to do something that's uncomfortable, maybe that we don't want to do, we have to trust Him and go through with it and know that He's going to bring us through it and it's going to work out for the good.
I think a lot of times we second guess and we're confused on why God would call us to do something like that, but we need to realize that, like I said, everything happens for a reason. He's not just doing it to hurt us, it's for a reason.
Yeah, God calls us to stand out, to be different, and I think that we should model that to others.
I'm right there with you. I think for us, as I think about teenagers, and we have a lot of teenagers who play sports and a lot of teenagers who are involved in a lot of different things, and so you think about God-fearing, we want them to have reverence for God. We want them to have that awe for Him in everything that they do, whether it's as an athlete or whether it is just in their neighborhood or whatever it is, that they would just model God. And as you guys are saying, I'm right on with you. I think it's a great idea. And this whole Abraham thing tonight, just you think about Abraham going on top of a mountain to offer his son. That's just insane to think about, that he was obedient enough and feared God enough. And so I think for us, what would you say, just as if you could just say like a final thing to our students about, hey, I want you to fear God. This is how I would tell you to do it.
I think that the only way to get through trials and obstacles is to fear God, and you have to keep that in mind when you're living life, and especially through high school. You just have to keep in mind that He's going to bring you through whatever He brings you to.
I think we should be completely obedient to Him. We shouldn't be afraid of standing out. That's what we're supposed to do.
That's good.
He doesn't try to strike us down. Just knowing that He's in control is what should keep us going through anything He puts forth us.
I like that. So let's just go out and let's just model God. Let's seek after Him. And let us be a ministry. Let us be a ministry that seeks God in all that we do. So this is Elevator Web Show 2 signing off.